What's up, YouTube? As you guys are starting to load up in, make sure to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. I'm so sorry that it was abruptly cut off. But to be honest, you guys couldn't even understand me before. Oh, or the guests on the panel. So it's all good. We're back. We just had a little hiccup, and we're back on air over here on YouTube. I know over on Twitch, we're also over there, but I doubt anyone's over there. I don't even post on Twitch. But. Make sure you guys say what's up down below in the comment section. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe if you're over here on TikTok. Double tap that phone to hit the follow button if you haven't already. And debate me if you still support this administration. Simple. Very, very simple. I'm trying to see why anyone would support Donald Trump. Because he turned up CNN to the FBI to investigate him. That's actually false, and that's actually propaganda that Donald Trump himself wants you to believe. The thing about this is Donald Trump is conscious. He knows that he's a rapist and a P3DO. He knows. He knows, absolutely. Let's see. Okay, we're back live on YouTube. We're good. It's all good. Let me start the poll. Do you support Trump? Yes and no. Bam, a poll over there on YouTube is started. Over here on TikTok, what's up, y'all? We're waiting for some debates. It dropped from like 50 congruent viewers to like 15 because of the lag, so that's my bad, everyone. That's my bad. My very bad, quite frankly. And then again, we are only looking for Trump supporters to debate, so make sure you join up in the guest box if and only if you are a Trump supporter, because very frequently it has been very hard to find Trump supporters. What government do you like? That's a good question. How's it going?
Yo, what's up?
You support Trump?
Yeah,
Why is that?
because I think he's good for the economy.
How so?
Like tariffs and shit.
Tariffs were overruled in the Supreme Court, deemed unconstitutional. So tariffs are a tax on the average American. We don't want to raise taxes on the average American.
Dude, my head hurts, bro. Fuck.
That's all you got?
Dude, I love Israel though. So.
Why do you like Israel?
So why do I like Israel?
Yeah, they're actively settling in the West Bank. That's something that they're not allowed to do.
Right.
Yeah. Also, they're committing a
Yeah,
genocide in Gaza.
Yeah, but I'm Jewish.
Okay, even if you're Jewish, doesn't mean you have to support the government or state of Israel.
Yeah, but it's the only Jewish state I support him.
So you support genocide?
Yeah, of course I do.
And he ran. I didn't even kick him. He knew what he said was like insane. I might have to restart here soon if I don't get any push. Because again, why am I not getting push? Over here on TikTok, over on YouTube. No push either. What is going on? I had a hiccup and everyone left. How dare y'all? Quite frankly, quite fake. I know I'm joking. I love all of you. Communism, socialism, or capitalism? What do I prefer? Communism is the ultimate goal. Something that cannot be achieved because of how we are made, how humans are made. Something we cannot achieve. So that's out of the answer. But if in a perfect reality, obviously communism. But socialism is like the next closest thing. I'm a democratic socialist though. Capitalism. I mean, 5 reasons why I shouldn't support Trump. Yeah, because he's selfish. That's one reason. And all of those reasons are in one reason. He's selfish. He's selfish enough to violate someone's bodily autonomy and rape a woman. He's selfish enough to protect P3DOs and himself in terms of the Epstein Files Transparency Act. He's selfish enough to ruin the economy and do market manipulation to harm the average American and benefit himself and his rich buddies. Right? It all ties down to him being selfish. A selfish, rich, white billionaire. If you guys support Trump, jump up in the guest box. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to have a debate with you. I'd love to have a conversation with you.
Yo, what's up, buddy?
How's it going? How old are you?
18,
Why do you support Trump?
because he's the GOAT. So I think that, we could talk about like trans issues, I guess. I guess he's more in favor of affirming the proposition that trans women are not women. And I agree with that. And therefore, I support Donald Trump.
All right, give me 1 second. One second here. Let me mute the YouTube stream. YouTube stream is muted. Unmute this. Bam.
Feel is appropriate. So I would say that's
transgender people were to walk into Trump Tower. Caitlyn Jenner were to.
I don't know.
No?
I really don't know. I probably do. I really don't know.
So if Caitlyn Jenner were to walk into Trump Tower and want to use the bathroom, you would be fine with her using any bathroom she chooses.
That is correct. Hello, Today fans.
And Caitlyn,
I mean, the problem with what happened is a complaints the way it is. Both sides. You leave it the way it is. All of the business that's leaving, leave it the way it is. No, leave it the way it is, as I heard was from, I will tell you.
Views on LGBT, how you plan to be inclusive as president. Speak about North Carolina bathroom law in particular.
Oh, I had a feeling that question was going to come up. I will tell you. Well, look, North Carolina did something was very strong, and they're paying a big price, and there's a lot of problems. And I heard one of the best answers I heard was from a commentator yesterday saying, leave it the way it is right now. There have been now very few problems. Leave it the way it is. North Carolina, what they're going through with all of the business that's leaving and all of.
He said leave it the way it is, and that he would allow a trans woman into a woman's bathroom. And there's also a specific, I think it's earlier in the clip.
Just read it as a T in particular.
But basically, 2016 during his rally, he was pro-LGBTQ, saying that they don't cause issues. We should leave it the way it is, and that shouldn't be the main concern of our problems.
I think like he switched his position over later on.
Cool.
I don't think he still holds that same.
Tell me why you care about less than 1% of the population, and why I should debate you on that and their rights.
Because there's going to be, I don't see a distinction between a trans woman entering, a woman's bathroom and a grown man entering a woman's bathroom, right?
Okay. Let's say I grant it to you. You think that that's weird? You think that that's weird behavior?
Absolutely.
Would you ever support a candidate that sexually exploited naked women and children? Yes or no?
Would I support the individual? I would say that the individual that did that specific thing did a wrong act in that specific moment.
The question I asked: would you support them?
Yeah, and in virtue of other positions.
Okay. So would you ever support a trans person as president? A trans woman?
I wouldn't classify them as like a woman. I would still think that they're a man, but they have policies. If it is the case they have policies that, that I'm more aligned with, then yeah, sure, I would vote for them.
Cool.
So I don't think that every single thing that Trump does is good. I think that.
Sure. Obviously, trans women are women. I think you're just a snowflake. But go ahead.
Really?
Yeah, go ahead, give your argument. I know you've been hopping around panels trying to argue.
Yeah.
Go ahead, give your argument.
Yep. So, trans women are not women. I can give. Would you like, a formal argument in first order notation?
Formal, informal, whatever you want. Syllogism,
Yeah,
whatever.
So it's just going to be that if affirming that trans women are women leads to vicious circularity, then we ought not take that position. Affirming that trans women are women does lead to vicious circularity. Conclusion: we ought not take that position.
Vicious circularity. What do you mean by that?
All I mean is that it's going to be circular when you try to describe what a woman is.
Yeah, what's circular about a woman?
Yeah, so if you give the definition of a woman, if my definition is an adult human female,
What about
then
intersex
it
people?
satisfies. Then they're going to be categorized as something distinct. So if they have properties that are more aligned with a woman, or like a female, then they would be, if they're an adult, then they would be a woman. And if they are,
So they get to
they're more
choose.
aligned. No, I just told you, if the properties that are true of them are aligned.
So if they have like a
with
penis and XX chromosomes, are they a man or a woman?
XX chromosomes, I would take that the chromosomes are going to be more valuable in that case. So yeah,
They're
the
women.
chromosomes. Yeah, the chromosomes will satisfy, but depends on the other properties or other traits that the individual has.
Sure. Okay. I don't think it's circular. I don't
Wait,
think
so
the
what is a
definition.
woman?
A woman? Do you want an example
Yeah.
or do you want a definition?
I want a definition of the
Yeah, woman is gonna be obviously an adult human that has a desire to be in accordance with a particular set of norms with aligned with the female or male sex.
Okay. What,
There's a
female
difference
or
between a
male?
woman and a female.
Wait, I told you to define woman, and you said
I didn't use the word woman, so it's not circular.
no. You said female or male, Smacks.
Yes, sex and gender are different, therefore it's not circular. You're already you're implying that sex and gender are not different. That's why
I
it's
know.
circular.
But it would be
So then
aligned
where's the
with-
circular?
with-
Where's
no,
my circular
because
argument?
It would only be so it's going to be circular here. I'll tell you, because if I said that if an individual satisfies most of the characteristics that are true of a female and they're an adult, then under your worldview, this individual would be a woman.
Do they
But
have a desire
what
to
if the
be?
identification-
Do they have a
Well-
desire to be in accordance with those particular set of norms? Yes or no?
it's going to be distinct from the identification. So
But wait,
it can
again,
be
my
some-
definition is that they have a desire to be in a set of with a
Okay.
particular set of norms.
Well, yeah. So
So if they don't have the desire,
my
then they're
question-
not a woman.
Okay, so my
how's that
question
circular
would
again? Can you
essentially-
point out the circular argument that I
Yeah,
provided?
so
Go
there's
ahead.
so there's no circularity in your definition, but I'm about to
Cool. So
prove
then
the circularity.
you take that back, right? The definition I gave is
No.
not circular. Because you originally you said the
No, it
definition
is.
of a woman that I would provide would be circular. So you take that back, right? Walk
Well,
it
not
back.
the
Go
first
ahead.
definition. You're going to concede that it's going to be circular. So
You just
if an
admitted that my
individual-
argument was not circular.
That wasn't an argument. You gave a definition.
Definition. You admitted that my definition is not circular.
Yeah, the first definition you gave was not circular, and I'm going to prove to you why you're going to hold to circularity, and then you can just reject that definition that you gave. So it's just going to be that if you think that an adult individual who satisfies, more of the, characteristics that are true of a woman or a female, then this individual is a woman. What if an individual satisfies? Well, they're in accordance with that.
So they have a desire to be? Yes. Then if they have a
Okay,
desire
so
to be
if
in
they
accordance
have a
with those set
desire
of
to be,
norms, yes.
wait, so
Yes.
would you okay, so let's say there's like a set, right? And then the set contains like all the different things that are true. And then once they exceed like 0.5, of the threshold, 0.5 threshold, then you would categorize this individual as a woman, right? Let's just
Do
say
they have a
and then-
desire to be in accordance with a particular set of norms?
Well, it's going to be distinct. Depends on how much credence you give the identification
And
criteria.
if they
as
don't have a
opposed to
desire
the-
to be a woman, then no, they're not a
Okay,
woman.
so okay. Well, that's distinct from the actions that they have. So when you say an individual has a desire to be a woman, what satisfies this desire? Like from you to look from the outside perspective, would
What
it just be
satisfies
like
that desire? What do you mean by satisfy?
like when I say like they have this, when you say that this individual has a desire towards being a woman,
do you know what desire
if
means, or do
you're-
you want me to give you a definition?
no, I know what desire means.
Cool. Then what do you mean by satisfies? I don't know what you're asking.
Well,
If you know what the
when I
word
say
desire means, I don't know what you're
satisfies-
asking.
Yeah. So when I say satisfies, I was not talking about the desire. That was a blunder on my part, I'll be honest. So I'm talking about you as like from the outside perspective. If you look at an individual and this individual seems to like
I'd say
look like a woman
perspective has
under
nothing to
their
do with
worldview.
gender. It doesn't
Okay,
matter
so-
if people think
okay.
they're a man or a woman. that
Okay,
has
so then
nothing to
it
do
is
with gender.
circular. Okay, so then it's
Hold
circular.
on, I never claimed that outside perspective has nothing to do with gender. Outside perspective has absolutely nothing to do with gender. It doesn't matter what other people think. As long as they
Wait.
have a desire to be in accordance with a particular set of norms, then they would be a man or a woman. That's
Okay,
not
so if an
circular. You
individual
failed to
looks
provide the circular
exactly-
argument that
wait.
I provided.
So if an
What is
individual looks
circular about it?
exactly like a woman, and by woman we're just picking out like typical traits that are true of the female Max, and then they don't identify as a woman, they identify as a man. Would this individual would be a man or a woman?
If they have a desire to be in accordance with the particular set of norms of the male
Okay,
sex,
okay, you
then
you
they're a
said that.
man.
You said that already. You already said that.
Yes, then they're a man.
Oh, they're a man because they said they're a man, even though they said
Because they have a
even though from the
desire to be in
outside-
accordance with those set of norms. That's why they're a man.
Okay, yeah, but they're dressed like a woman. They're wearing a dress. They have long hair. They're wearing makeup,
Okay.
but they just call themselves a man.
People can wear whatever they want to wear.
Okay, wonderful. So that means that you give the
It's not
identification criteria. No, it is circular, right?
How was that circular?
Because-
Provide
because-
the argument that was circular.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
so it's going to be circular because you gave the identification criteria most of the credence, and you said that because this individual calls themselves a woman or a man, now we're gonna call this individual a woman or a man because they call themselves it. So your
Because
actual
they have a
definition
desire
for
to
what-
be in
because-
accordance with
so-
a set of norms.
Okay, but that doesn't that doesn't satisfy the definition because all you're saying is
How
now
does
saying,
that satisfy the definition?
because you're not giving me specifics on what it is, what it means to be.
Are you asking for like characteristics of a
yeah, with a
of a
particular
male?
set of traits. Yeah, so what's going to be like? It seems
Do you
like
know
this idea
characteristics
woman,
of male and female?
Well, when you say like the characteristics of female, right?
So yes
I
or
know
no.
the
Do you know
characteristics.
characteristics of male and female?
Yeah, of course I do.
And again, that's another blunder on your part. Why are you asking me for characteristics
blunder
if
on
you
my
already
part?
know? Because you're asking me
Yes.
for something you already know, and that doesn't
Okay,
disprove
so
my
I know,
argument
but I'm saying
or
that
my
what if an individual
definition.
what if an individual satisfies the characteristics that are true of a female, but they identify as a man? And since seems like the characteristics kind of don't hold as much weight as the identification, because if this individual says I am a man, even though they
I
look
think
a lot
everyone
like a
has
woman,
some
and
masculinity and femininity to them, so that's
okay,
irrelevant.
but yeah. So the idea is that if you say that, oh well, I'm gonna accept. So if you obviously, if you're to just go to a mall, you do assume like individuals' genders, right? We all do, right? You're gonna say, oh well.
If I'm referring to someone, I say they, right? I say they if I don't know
But
their
like
gender.
if you're looking, right? If you're just like walking around the mall, obviously
I don't walk around the mall to see whether or not someone's a man or a woman.
Well, no, people just walk by you, and obviously it comes to your mind.
If they walk
right?
by me, they walk by me. I don't think, oh, are they a woman or are they a man?
Obviously
they walk
you
by
do,
me.
because if they walk by you, then you know that there's an individual next to you, right? It's like
I'm not
almost
thinking
like you're
about their gender
subconscious in the
identity.
sense that you automatically.
Again, you failed to provide the circular definition that I provided. What is circular about my definition?
Because of course, yeah. So you said because they have the desire, and now that we realize that the desire is only going to be this identification that they give you, because you said that that in itself satisfies what makes this individual a man or a woman.
I never said a desire alone has it justifies them being a man or a woman.
You just said the identification. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's alone.
A desire to be in accordance with a set of norms of the male or female.
Oh my
sex.
God, you're not listening. You're not listening. How about this? I'm going to give you a little hypothetical. All right. Suppose that there's a company and there's 5 owners in this company, right? But they own like different percentages. One of them owns 60% of the company, and then the other 4 individuals each own 10% of the company, right? And then they said that, all right, well, in order to make a business decision, everyone must vote, and then the majority vote wins. Does that really make any sense? If one individual owns 60%, whatever they vote, that's the way it's
kind of
gonna go.
hypothetical is that?
Well, because of the fact that this individual is
explain the correlation to the
I'll tell you because the individual satisfies the majority. One specific person satisfies the majority of the vote, correct? So there's no point of having everyone vote. Everyone else vote. All the other 4
else has a part
vote.
in gender identity.
Well, no.
Gender identity is based on one person and one person only. There's not multiple people involved.
Of course.
So there's a symmetry breaker
I'm referring to
within
the
your
traits.
actual hypothetical.
No, because oh my God.
No, don't get mad because you hate trans people.
No, because
get
the
off my
company.
stream. I've seen you on multiple streams hating on trans people. Get out of my stream, please, and thank you. Obviously, you admitted that I actually had no circular. My definition was not circular. You admitted to that. And then the hypothetical that you provided, the symmetry breaker, was that you're implying within this hypothetical that there's multiple people involved within one decision, but being trans does not involve multiple people. It only involves that one single individual. You're dumb. You're stupid. Get a life and stop hating on trans people.
Your claim. You don't need.
People are DUMB. What's over on YouTube? There's 20 people over on YouTube. Make sure to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. Say what's up in the comment section. Vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. There's 39 votes in the poll. We're trying to do these poll every single day, 100 votes. So make sure you guys go vote in the poll. There's 25 people over there. Hit that thumbs up. I only see 2 likes over on YouTube. What are we doing? Identify as Superman. It's not a gender, buddy. Women have children. Not all women have children. What are we talking about? They keep trying to unalive Trump because everything he said is correct. False. Identify as something I pretend to be. No, gender identity is not pretend or make believe, buddy. Get a job. Get a life. How's it going over here on TikTok? Make sure to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. We're so close to 200 subscribers over on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit on notifications for all because I'm live every single day. Make sure to check out the link tree in my bio because that's where I go live if you want to debate me, right? So make sure you have the notifications on because I do these lives every single day, quite frankly. Actually, every single day. We're on TikTok. As you guys are starting to join up in, make sure to hit that request button if you support this current administration. You see how many people joined up this time. Last time there was no push at all because that guy was just obsessed with trans people. They're all just obsessed, quite frankly. They're all obsessed. They're all obsessed. FDTW Richard in the chat. Never mind. Why would you say that? That's weird. Richard, that's very weird. Very, very weird. Do you like Trump? Absolutely not. How's it going? What's up? I do not like Trump. Yes, as you guys are starting to come back from the restart, because I obviously crashed out. Thank you for the heart me. Make sure to say what's up in the comment section. Join up in the guest box if you support Trump. Yeah, do all the good stuff. Trump is the arm emoji. What do we? Do you like Trump? No, I already answered that. That's AI. No, it's not. Going. What's up, Daddy Jerry, bro? First off, Jerry is killing me. Second off, Daddy is insane. What are we doing? Mods? I'm joking. How's it going? Do you support Trump?
Me?
Hello? Yeah, you're on the stream. How's it going?
Hey, what's up, dude?
Do you support Trump?
I do.
Why is that?
I just think he's a better running person than Biden.
Why?
Well, he has a better budget. He stopped the sanctuary states from happening.
Better budget? What do you mean by better budget? He has a horrible budget. Has more debt-related spending than Biden and Obama.
Biden spent $800,000 for gay cooking classes for male prostitutes in Zambia.
Yeah, what's your source for that?
One of the senators that's a Republican posted it on the budget. You can go look it up.
You would know what's your source, title of the source.
I really gotta write the senator's name down. He's an old Republican.
You can go search it up. I'll keep you on the stream. I can let someone up in the meantime.
So I really gotta tell you, I gotta write it down, I swear. But basically, they're listing what Biden's budget is, and this is during the shutdown. You can probably find it super easy. But
if I can find it super easy, so can you, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna tell you like everything else.
In the meantime, while you look it up, I'm gonna keep you on mute, and then I'm gonna bring up this guy just to degrade him a little bit, right? Because he hates trans people. We had a conversation prior to that, so let's see.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, buddy? So you obviously failed to provide.
You
yourself
kicked me
admitted
out before you realized that I was gonna
you
disprove
yourself
it.
admitted that there was no. My argument was not circular. My definition was not
Not the
circular.
first definition that you gave, no.
The first
But you're
definition,
gonna-
I never had a second
Yeah,
definition. My
it was on
definition
the
of a trans
trajectory
individual
towards
never changed.
circularity.
My definition of a woman never changed, so that's where you got it wrong. I've used the same definition.
no, well,
so
now
whenever
I'm
you say the
examining the
first
definition.
definition, it never changed. Second
Yeah,
off,
I'm
the
gonna examine it.
hypothetical that you provided, the symmetry breaker, is because you're implying that multiple people are involved within the process.
That's not true. I never said that.
Okay, well, then why are you saying multiple people when you're providing the hypothetical
Well,
of
no,
60%?
well, in this case,
of
the
the
multiple
votes?
people, yeah, so the company with the multiple people, in this case, the company is going to be analogous to the individual. And then the multiple people with that are, owners of the company are going to be satisfying, like they're going to be analogous to the traits that are true of the woman, right? So woman equals company, traits that
Sure.
are true of woman is equal to the people that own the company. And
Right.
since I said that one individual owns 60% of the company, then they satisfy most of it. So when I say that, oh, well, all of them have to vote on something, what's the point of everyone else voting if one of them already owns 60% of the company and the majority vote wins? So in this case, if I say that the identification criteria satisfies the majority, then everything else becomes useless. All we have to
No,
care
again,
about
you're
is the identity.
you're trying to say that all the other characteristics don't matter. Because previously we were
They
talking
don't
about
matter
what if
because you just told me that you're just going to accept them as a man because they said they're a man.
again,
So
no, if they
what's
have
gonna
a
be the
desire.
distinction
Hold
between
on,
that and me
do you have
seeing
feminine
definition of a man
characteristics?
as an
Do you have
adult
feminine?
individual who
Do you have
identifies as a
feminine
man?
characteristics?
Well, there's going to be true characteristics that are true of all humans.
So do you have feminine characteristics? Yes or no?
True that are usually of females.
Yes.
It depends. I don't think so. I mean, I'm a Chad, so probably not.
I'm gonna kick you because you're stupid. Get out of my live stream. Bro. I'm a Chad is crazy work. I did not mean to accept you if it was the same guy. It's funny. I already debated you like 10 minutes, right? I'm not gonna tolerate you just hating on trans people for no reason. So moving on to the next cast. How's it going?
Good.
What the fuck? You're a child. How old are you?
18.
You're not getting out of my life. I cooked John earlier. That was actually
I
fun.
hate niggas. You hate niggas. We all hate niggas, right?
Okay, that's weird. You're weird. Get out
We
of my
all hate
live stream.
niggas,
Thank
okay?
you. I meant
We
to-
all hate them. We all.
I did not mean to kick that last guest. What the fuck was the name? I forgot. But whoever you were, feel free to hop up back in the guest box and to kick that guest. Over on YouTube, let's see what you guys are yapping about. Decent people don't like Trump. Smart people don't like Trump because he's the beast. He's the best man. May the best man win. Trump is Keng. Keng. That photo isn't real. It's hilarious that this kid is trying to make money off hating Donald Trump. Absolutely. I'm a grifter, quite frankly. Something I've never seen before, quite frankly. Actually, a very big grifter, quite frankly. The poll. Why do we have 66 votes and 55% of you say yes, you support Trump? What are we doing? Come over to TikTok and debate me. I did not mean to set anyone a request to like do anything. I'm so sick of DUMB trying to put Trump down. Cry about it.
Bro, not today, not today, not today. I won't do it today. I won't do it today. But I hope you have a great day today.
Take care, bro. Take care. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting it. It's like clockwork. Do you have a goal for a goat? What? What? That doesn't make sense. What is my chat yapping about over on TikTok and YouTube? Chick-fil-A is doing amazing under him. Is that true? Chat, is that true? Let's pull up the statistics. Chick-fil-A revenue? 10-year. Let's do a little bit of nonsense research. Let's see if that's true. It's actually false. Very false. Very, very false. I'm looking. I don't know. I want to debate on like fascism and illiberal democracies. Back the conversation I had with John. I want to debate about illiberal democracies because people are saying we should worry about Trump being a fascist, right? But like I was explaining to John, you need to have complete and total power in order to be a fascist. That's why Trump isn't a fascist. But what people are saying, people who actually study this, is that we should be worrying about illiberal democracies. And I explained it a little bit to John. I don't think he understood because he was a white supremacist who actually hated people of color, right? A 100 people and no one's requesting. What the fuck? This is very lonely. Very, very lonely. Let's see. People like to complain about everything instead of running your mouth. You should run for office if you think you can do better. That is the goal. That is the goal. Ultimately, the goal is ultimately to run for office. Absolutely. I don't know who I invited. I did not mean to do that. My apologies. Shit, that's not my bad. Mods? Do I have mods in here? Yes, I have 2. 18 plus? Yes, 18 plus. I looked it up, actually. Chick-fil-A is doing awesome under Trump. That's wrong. Actually, that's very wrong, quite frankly. You're lying. Fake media. Fake news. I want to do the voice, but my throat is going to kill me. Fascists are not elected. For all that's false. Hitler was elected. So was fuck. What the fuck was his name? Stalin? No, not Stalin. Fuck. The fucking leader in Italy. They were both elected, and they eroded checks and balances, canceled elections. In fact, Hitler used a bombing that happened to suspend the constitution. Mussolini, yes, thank you, chat. Mussolini, fuck, I forget that name, Mussolini. But Hitler actually used a bombing, I believe it was a bombing or a fire to cancel or suspend the constitution, and then also suspend elections, which then led to ultimate power. Right, so it's a path of fascism, and there's like 5 goals if you take a look at Italy and Germany. And it's always in order, right? So right now we're in like the second to last. Obviously needs to be ultimate power. We see Donald Trump eroding checks and balances. But I think what we should be worrying about is going to be illiberal democracy. Yeah. Not fascism. We are seeing like a rise in like far right, but right now the worry is illiberal democracy, at least here home in America. A suspended constitution isn't elected. He was elected and then suspended the constitution, bud. I don't know what you're talking about. Why do you not support Trump? Yeah, he's selfish. Best way I can explain it to you. We are almost authoritarian government. Yeah, like I said, we're this final step of ultimate power. That's a final step of fascism. Obviously, we're not there yet, but we see the process of that happening. How is he selfish? Selfish enough to violate the bodily autonomy of Eugene Carroll and rape her. Selfish enough to sexually exploit women and children at Miss Teen USA and Miss USA. Selfish enough to harm the economy by doing market manipulation to benefit himself and rich billionaires and corporations. Selfish enough to get us in a war to distract us from the Epstein files and get 13 service members killed and 164 schoolgirls murdered. Selfish enough to violate the 4 federal laws in the Epstein Files Transparency Act to protect himself and other P3DOs in the Epstein files. I'm a progressive dem. Thank you. Thank you, the bros. I appreciate you. Are you communist? No, but I think communism is good. I think it's just never going to be achieved. If he's fascist, you're a communist. Are you a communist? I never said he was a fascist. Never claimed he was. And if you want to use the historical examples, he's not a fascist. If you use the 14 tenets, he is. Very different things. The final step of fascism is, and you don't know what you're talking about, young man. Yes, I do. I've done research. Trump likes being president. He grifts every day. Best cake he's ever had. Real. Do you want? No, that's weird. When you're not smart, just blame Trump. Come up and debate me. Are you communist? No. If you're stupid, you support Trump. Who actually likes Trump? A lot of people. Millions of people, actually. There's 80 people just listening to me yap. I sent him a progressive dem. Chad, type of 1 in the comment section if you're going to come back if I do a restart. Because I'm looking for debates, but this is boring. I don't know what to talk about. How come he got voted into office? Yeah, because the electorate was actually very misinformed. That's why. Yes. Go to a communist country. Communist country doesn't exist. Communism is a stateless, classless, moneyless society. So right there with the question, you're already wrong. If that's what you think, you'll like and visit. Go. Again, I never said I said communism in a perfect world would be preferable, but it would never be achieved. Therefore, I'm not communist. Our gas prices are up, and grocery prices. Food away from home is up, and food away at home is up. Are you a Demon? Okay, that's rage bait. Holy shit. See, finally a debate. Let's see. How's it going? What do you want to talk about?
The Iran war. I talked to you, I don't know, like last week sometime. But
Did we talk about Iran?
Yeah, we talked about Iran. And then
and I cooked you on that, and then you decided to come back a week later and get cooked again?
I mean, if you call, you were making the point that because Harris, well, you hung up because, well, you dropped me from the car because I was making fun of you because you brought up Harris about the Strait of Hormuz. You were saying, like, if Harris had been elected, we wouldn't be in war with Iran, which I was like, what are you talking about? Harris and the Strait of Hormuz? What does that have to do with anything? And then you got mad.
If Harris was in office, I didn't drop you because I got mad.
Which is what you normally do when you start losing a debate. But it's cool. I mean, you're young.
Right. Yeah, I said if Harris was elected, we wouldn't be in this war.
Yeah, how you could know that is obviously
Because we already know that Bibi Netanyahu asked Biden and Harris to preemptively strike Hezbollah, and they actually denied that, right? So we can just look at historical facts, like the one I just said. There's no Harris. There's no evidence that Harris would have gotten us into this war.
There's no evidence that she. Yeah, you're right. I actually agree with you. There's no evidence that she wouldn't have got us into this war. I agree with you.
That she would have.
You're right.
I said.
No, you said she wouldn't have got us into this war.
I
You're
misspoke.
right.
I said would
there is no evidence. There is no evidence that she wouldn't have gotten us into this war. You're right.
That she would. There's no evidence that she would have gotten us into this war.
Well, now you're changing it. Earlier,
I misspoke.
A minute ago, you said she. Well,
either I'm being gaslighted.
You're right.
I'm being gaslit, or I misspoke. Right. Either or. Let's move on and actually debate me. Stop trying to play semantics, bud.
Well, no, I was agreeing with you. I mean, do you not want me to take what you say seriously?
So you agree that there is no evidence that Harris was gonna strike Iran?
No, that was not.
You agree with that?
There was no evidence that she was gonna do it, and there's no evidence that she would do it because we don't. She's not president, so how would we know?
Okay, you can't drive only on TikTok, so I have to move on to the next guest. And also, I cooked you on this the last time. Moving on to the next guest. There is evidence? Yeah, what's the evidence? Go ahead. Join up in the guest box. What's up?
Hello.
So, what do you want to talk about?
There's an echo.
Echo? Oh, we're good. Average guy, what do you want to talk about? Why do you support Trump?
Well, he was the better option. We had two options, Harris or Trump, and Trump was overwhelmingly the better option on my two largest issues, being immigration and the economy.
He's doing horrible in immigration and the economy.
Not by the metrics that his voters brought him in for. We got 95.
Gas prices are up. Private investment into American manufacturing is down. Inflation is up. Food away from home is up. Food away at home is up.
Before you start spitfiring, because I know you guys like to do this so that you can say all these things and we won't get to all of them. Go with
your labor statistics.
Go with your first point. What did you say?
Gas prices are up.
Yes. Okay, I agree with you on that.
Inflation is up from February to March.
Right.
2.4 to 3.3. Jump that we haven't seen since COVID.
Sorry, what was it?
Inflation went up 0.9 from went up from 2.4 to 3.3. A jump that we haven't seen since COVID, which was 0.9 in 1 month.
You guys were claiming 3.3 was good under the Biden administration. After
we typically want 2%.
Huh?
We typically want 2% inflation.
Correct. So, and that's kind of goes back to what I was saying when we were comparing the Harris administration versus Trump. Well, we saw inflation upwards of 9% under Biden. So
that wasn't because of him. This is actively because of Donald Trump.
Well, economists would actually disagree. Even economists like Barack Obama's Treasury Sec.
Yeah, what's their name?
Larry Summers.
What did he say?
You remember what his criticism and also other economists criticized the American Rescue Plan, warning that it would overheat the economy. It was 3 times the amount of stimulus that the economy needed.
There is no evidence that actually caused inflation to go up to 9%. We were the fastest G7 country to recover from inflation.
Correct. At what cost?
At what cost?
Of course, we were the fastest. We injected trillions of dollars into our economy.
Biden passing amazing legislation. That's why. That's the cost.
And what happens when you inject trillions of dollars into your economy out of nowhere, out of thin air?
Are you saying Trump didn't do that?
No. I'm quoting economists and critics criticisms against. Hold on 1 second. I got to put you on mute just to pay for this.
Okay. The guy on top of you. The other guy. 161 or something like that.
What? Yeah, I was just here a minute ago and you accidentally kicked me.
What were we talking about?
Oh, about Biden's budget.
What?
Biden's budget.
I don't remember, but go ahead.
How Biden spent $800,000 on gay prostitute cooking classes in Zambia.
Oh, you came on a different account?
All right,
this
sorry
is the
about
same
that.
account.
I'm back.
It's the same account. You might not remember.
I remember what you said. Yeah, I was just talking about how Donald Trump spent more on his first term and even now.
I just think
Right.
like the budget
Right,
that
but we're not
Biden did
looking
that
at
was
just,
pretty
like, a
stupid.
dollar.
I have the senator too, if you want it.
We're not.
It was
Oh
Senator
yeah, yeah.
John
Oh
Kennedy.
yes. I accidentally kicked you because the other guy was. Yes, I remember. Yeah, what's the senator's name?
It's Senator John Kennedy.
John Kennedy. I like that man. He's funny.
I like him too, honestly.
Well, I don't know about his policies, but he's a funny man. I'll say that. Okay, where'd you get it from? What source? Is it on like social media? Can I find this on any?
They
like,
did a
news
briefing
platform?
on it. To my knowledge, it's everywhere.
Do you have the video clip?
Facebook. I do have a video clip. I don't know how I can send this to you unless you're in my messages.
If you have the video clip, just tell me the title of the YouTube video.
I have it on Facebook. It's on TikTok too.
Let's say I grant you this. Let's just say I grant you this. How does that disprove the argument that Donald Trump spent more?
It's not what I'm talking about with more. It's about what they spent it on. Like there's a long list actually of what they spent on. It's not just the gay cooking classes for male prostitutes. They spent it on pride parades. They spent it on LGBTQ
Okay, Donald
in
Trump is
Zambia
spending
and
it
the
on
Western
bombing
Balkans.
children. Donald Trump is spending it on bombing children. I think spending it on pride parades is much more preferable than spending it on bombing children.
That's such a
I mean-
disingenuous analogy. That is so unreal.
Bombing children in
He's
Iran.
spending $1 billion every year on the war, every day on the war with Iran. How is that
Is
disingenuous?
his goal literally to go over there and just kill a bunch of kids, like you're saying?
We bombed
or-
children. Yes, we bombed 164 children. Yes.
We did not mean
Okay,
He
well, then
threatened
you-
genocide.
well, then-
he
then I'm
also
sure-
threatened. He told us his goal. He threatened genocide, right? That would include the children. So yes, he told us his goal which was to genocide every single Iranian.
You know,
The
then I'm
president of the
sure you're
United
just
States
as
is not
critical on
going to-
Obama that unalived.
Yes, I am. I'm critical on
exponentially
Libya.
more.
Yes, Libya. I'm
Libya.
critical on Libya. I'm critical of Iraq. I'm critical of Afghanistan in the
So why
1980s.
why didn't we arrest Obama on war crimes if he committed war crimes?
Did I ever
Yeah.
call for the Donald Trump to be arrested for war crimes? No.
Yes.
They
You're
did.
saying,
Play the clip.
you're
Go ahead.
saying
They
he's
did.
targeting.
Go ahead.
You're saying he's targeting uncombative citizens. You're saying that he's actively targeting children. That's
Yes.
a war crime. So you're
Yes.
calling upon him to go to prison.
I think he should go to prison because he's a felon and a rapist. Also for war crimes.
But
sure.
you have no wait, hold on. You said that he's committing war crimes, but you don't want him in prison.
I do. Yeah, I do.
So,
Among
so
other
you're
reasons.
you're fully on board that he is purposely targeting children in Iran, and he needs to be indicted and brought to prison for this. And so does Obama. Obama needs to come out of retirement and go in front of the Supreme Court and end up behind bars for the rest of his life. You think that that's a serious position?
If they have committed war crimes, yes.
You just said that they
should
did.
be held
You
accountable.
fully- Not if you know this, right? You're saying that you've done the research. and you
I'm
know
not a court of
for
law.
sure.
I'm not a court of law. I'm telling you.
But you are acting
Wait, I'm
like
telling you that the U.S. military bombed a school full of schoolgirls, right?
Hold
are
on,
you
you're
disagreeing with
saying
that?
you're not a court of law, but you have the power to condemn someone to life in jail.
When our military bombs children, yes.
There's a
Do I have the
difference
power
there.
to advocate for people to go to jail? Yes.
There's
Not
a
just because he's
difference-
committing war crimes in the Caribbean Sea or in Iran, but
You
because
know what
he's a
you're
felon
doing?
rapist.
You know what you're doing. You're being misleading. You're trying to virtue signal as if the U.S. military, and you're also being very disingenuous to the people that are over there fighting the fight, saying that the U.S. military is actively targeting unarmed children in warfare.
That is, Donald Trump told us his goal. He said a whole civilization will die tonight. He threatened
was-
genocide of the
He's not
Iranian
gonna genocide, let's
civilization.
be honest.
He
We said the
threatened
same
genocide.
thing against the Nazis. The Nazi civilization.
Okay,
died.
hold on. Would it have been just to
Did we not
kill?
have ended
Hold
the
on.
Nazi civilization?
Hold on. Would it have been just to kill every single German?
No, what
Precisely
we do?
my fucking point. Shut no.
Whoa,
precisely
whoa,
my
hold on.
point.
I was
It's
taking a
not
bite
just
of
to
my
threaten
banana
genocide.
split.
It is not just to ever
You didn't even
threaten
let me
genocide.
finish. I was taking a bite of my banana split. What we do in war to verify if something was
Okay,
a
if I didn't let
genocide
you
or not?
if I didn't let you finish, your answer should be yes, it was justified, or yes, it would have been justified to kill every single German, or no, it would have been no, it wouldn't have been justified to kill every
and
single
this is
German.
where you're disingenuous again by assuming that it's a yes or no answer on if something's a war
Okay,
crime or
that's
a
a logic.
genocide.
That's a laws of
What's
logic,
your-
buddy.
hey,
It can't be in the
let me
middle.
ask you, what's your
Laws of
criteria
logic
for
is
a
a yes or
genocide?
no. It can't be in the middle.
It would not be justified to unalive the entire country.
German
of Germany.
population.
No, it would not
Precisely. So just because
But
there
we
is an
ended
oppressive
the
regime in
Nazi
Iran, that
civilization.
doesn't
We
make it justified
achieved
to threaten
regime
genocide
change.
against the Iranian people. Thank you for conceding.
We achieved. What the hell are you going on about? We achieved regime change of the Nazi Party. That ended the Nazi civilization.
Yes, and you're saying it would not have been justified under any circumstance
What
to
do you
genocide every
classify
single
as a
German.
genocide? What is your classifiers?
You don't know what genocide is?
I'm asking you. You're the one saying everyone's committing genocide. What do you classify as genocide?
I never said Trump has committed genocide.
You said he's threatening it.
I'm sorry. When you threaten to hold on, yes or no? This is genocide. When you threaten to kill a whole civilization, is that genocide? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, then what's your definition of genocide? Because we
we
clearly
said the
disagree.
same thing. We said we're going to end the Nazi civilization. We're going to
No,
end
he
the
didn't
Nazi
say we're going to
regime.
end the IRGC. He's going to say every. He's going to say. He's going to say a whole civilization will die tonight.
A civilization will die tonight.
No, a whole civilization will die
You're
tonight.
going to argue that he was talking about innocent children and civilians.
Yes, that is the definition of a civilization. Yes.
Everyone knows that's bullshit fear mongering. Everyone knows
What is
that.
does a civilization
He wasn't
include?
talking about
Does a civilization
nuclear
include
bombs
children?
on Iran.
Does a civilization include children?
War typically includes children dying.
That's not what I asked. Does a civilization include children? Yes or no?
Typically, yeah.
So when someone says a whole civilization will die tonight, they're saying adults, children, bad people, good people, every part of that civilization will die. That's what they're saying, yes?
That's part of going to war. That doesn't mean it's a genocide.
Going to war does not mean threaten genocide. What are you doing? That's
why
like,
I'm asking
holy
you,
shit.
define genocide. I'm saying you like throwing away around
Again,
these buzzwords. Can you define genocide? Don't look it up. Don't let ChatGPT.
I'm not looking it up. I'm looking up his True Social post
right now.
I want you to see what he
Define
posted.
genocide.
Genocide, yeah.
You like throwing that fear mongering word around.
But you have failed to actually give me a reason as to why you disagree.
Why won't you answer that question? Because you just read headlines and they told you it was a genocide over there?
No, because when you say a whole civilization will die, that means
critically think on your own. You don't even know what genocide means, and you can't even.
I do.
You're actively looking at your screen, asking ChatGPT, "What does genocide mean?" Because I've been talking on TikTok all about how Trump's committing a genocide.
I'm looking at his Truth Social post, bud, because I'm trying to find where he threatened genocide like 2 weeks ago. So how about we do this? How about we do this together? How about we do this together?
Looking up what answer the question. What is okay? Now that I have your computer on the screen, what is a genocide? So you can't look it up.
Yeah, genocide is going to be like a mass killing of a certain group of
mass
people.
killing. That's your definition.
It doesn't have to be.
of
It doesn't have to be
genocide.
like a mass killing, but it's going to be the killing of a certain group of ethnic, etc. Like there's multiple different.
What are your classifiers when referring to if a war was a genocide or not? How do you classify that?
Again, I just told you my definition of a genocide: killing a certain group of people. Just to sum it up in a couple words.
Okay, then any war in U.S. history, or actually international history, was a genocide if it's a killing of a certain group of people.
If it's like the entire
This is what I'm
group
talking
of
about. You're
people, or,
spewing talking points, and you can't even
attempting to
critically
kill off the
articulate
entire.
what you
Hold on,
actually mean.
attempting to kill off an entire group of people would be considered genocide. Yeah.
Attempting to
like
kill off an entire
what Hitler
group of
did was
people.
genocide, right?
So
Trying to,
your
like,
definition
kill
has
off
now
the Jewish
changed 4
people.
times, and now we're actually getting somewhere close to genocide. You still won't give me any classifiers. You don't actually have a clue what a genocide means. You're trying to piece it together, although you're so confident that Trump is threatening to commit one.
Yes, because
This
he
is
said
why-
a whole
this is why no
civilization
one
will die
believes-
tonight.
no one
Sure, if you
believes your
disagree,
tactics.
if you disagree with my definition, what's your definition of genocide? Go ahead. Don't run away. What's your definition? I'm still looking for a chat. What's your definition of genocide? Go ahead.
For the record, I wasn't the one claiming that somebody was committing a genocide.
I never claimed Donald Trump was
correct-
committing a genocide. You're misinterpreting what I said. I said he threatened genocide.
Okay, you're not even letting me respond to it.
Sure. What's your definition of genocide?
I'd say it's the deliberate military action that's unjustified on an international scale, resulting in a high amount of casualties for citizens versus combatants. That would be my definition.
So in accordance with your definition, you agree that Donald Trump threatened to commit genocide?
Holy shit, dude! No.
A whole
Did you not-
civilization will
did you
die
not
tonight. What does
listen
that
to a
mean?
goddamn thing
What
I
does
just
it? What does
said?
it mean? What does it mean when he says a whole civilization will die
You can't
tonight?
critically. You have TikTok
Dragon
brain. If
Mobile.
you think that my response right there actually is saying that Trump committed a genocide, if that's what you got from that, you got no hopes. You have
Sure, repeat your MAGA mobile.
Thing that I ask you, you can't critically think. I try to get you to articulate on anything that you've said today.
MAGA mobile?
And you cleansing, but you have no clue how to use them in
Your
context.
Sunday? Is it
in
your
the context
banana
that you're
split that's
referencing.
taking over your Wi-Fi?
I hope you get better at this, or you're never going to get more viewers. Straight up.
Go ahead. Tell me. Hold on. Repeat your definition of genocide, and we're gonna go point by point as to why Donald Trump threatened genocide. Go ahead.
When, like, I asked you earlier about classifiers. The way I would classify a genocide is by taking a look at the non-combatants versus combatants. Well, I'm going to give you my definition and the classifiers. I'm going to answer two questions that you failed to answer miserably, and I can still hear you typing on your computer. It's embarrassing. You need to get a quieter
Playing a game.
keyboard.
I'm not typing.
You're playing a game. Okay, I doubt that.
Also, I'm not typing. This is my
Classifiers. I heard you typing. The whole chat did. Classifiers of a genocide. How you would say if a war was a genocide or an actual all-out war between two nations and two established militaries. You look at the number of non-combatants that were killed in the conflict versus the number of combatants. That's what people are doing in the Palestine and Israeli conflict. Serious members that will actually classify and call genocide what it actually is instead of watering down the term to have political leverage in a debate. You're essentially virtue signaling by downgrading every single genocide that's actually happened. Let me ask you, can you give a couple examples of genocides that's happened in world history without typing into your computer?
I'll address what you said first off. So you said combatants versus non-combatants. So when Donald Trump threatens to kill off a whole civilization, are you saying that there's going to be more combatants that are going to be dead versus non-combatants? Obviously, that's stupid to say. It would be more non-combatants versus combatants. So still under accordance with your classifiers or your definition, you concede to the fact that Donald Trump threatened genocide. Again, I'm playing a game. I can multitask. I can show you my screen again, but I don't know why you care so much what I'm doing on my screen. B.
Because I'm debating ChatGPT right now.
I don't have ChatGPT pulled up, buddy.
Why do you keep looking at your screen to talk to me?
Because I'm playing a game.
No one believes that. What game are you playing?
Slope.
Slope?
Yes.
The hell is that? I guess it only requires like 10% of your attention, and only your attention when I'm talking to you.
No, it requires all of my attention. That's why I lose every time.
You're obviously using AI. You can't give basic definition.
I already disproved I already proved to you how under your definition of genocide and your classifiers of genocide, Donald Trump threatened genocide, and then you're saying you're using AI. You're using AI. Bro, respond to the argument and stop being such a dumbass.
Why couldn't you answer any basic questions when the camera was on?
Can you respond to the argument? Do you want to see my gameplay? Like, do you want to watch my gameplay while I debate you?
Yeah. Let's keep your camera on the entire computer screen and see how well you do.
What if I just do blanket? Well, if I do blanket,
even though I only have 5 minutes left. All right, perfect. Okay, now let's first ask a question on world history.
Again, can you answer what I said under your definition or your
I already answered that
classifiers?
definition.
No,
dude.
hold on.
TikTok
So then you
brain,
concede
can't
that what
even
Donald Trump
remember
did
my
was genocide, right? Or what Donald Trump threatened was genocide, yes? Because under your definition of classifiers, you said combatants versus non-combatants, right? Under under what he said, which would be to kill off a whole civilization, it would mean that every single part and every single person of said civilization would die off, and it would be stupid to say that more combatants versus non-combatants would die off. So under your definition of genocide, it would be a threat of genocide.
What was my answer to that?
You didn't provide an answer. You said, you're using AI. Actually, fake media, you're using AI. It's actually something I've never seen. Actually, I can't respond. ChatGPT.
I'll jog your memory because you clearly have TikTok brain. When I said that, I was referencing how we look at genocides. And also, when...
So you didn't provide a definition of genocide then?
You let me
Holy
talk
shit.
for 5 seconds.
What a fumble. Holy shit, what a blunder.
For example,
what a blunder.
When we referred to ending the Nazi regime, ending the German civilization at that time, we are also...
Hold on, we called for the end of the German civilization?
You could look back at the USSR.
Did we call for every German to be killed?
That's not what Trump did either.
He literally said a whole civilization will die tonight. People are a part of a civilization. When you say whole, that means the entirety of said civilization, which would include all people of civilization, which under your definition is a genocide, you dumbass.
So what do you think he was referring to, like dropping a nuclear bomb on Tehran?
He never said he was
This is where
gonna
I
drop a
say-
nuclear bomb.
But no, you just said what was how is his
You
intent?
can commit
behind a
genocide without dropping nukes? Hello?
Yes.
Are you fucking dense?
All right, I'm gonna try this one more time.
Yeah, try to actually give me an argument as to why you think it's not genocide when I've already proved to you that it is.
When you're referring to a civilization, you can refer to a section of the civilization that you disagree with. What you're doing is stretching his
Okay, what about a
words.
whole
And
civilization? What does a whole
and
civilization mean?
You're assuming that Trump was going to go out and target children, women,
That is a part of a
unarmed.
whole civilization, yes. What is a what is a whole civil?
non-combatants.
Hold on. What does a whole civilization mean? Go ahead. Give me a
Like, for
definition of an
example-
entire civilization.
For example, a regime. Like we
A
just
whole
we just took out-
civilization. What
we
is
just
your
took out-
definition
Dude, you're
of a whole
brainwashed
civilization?
You're brainwashed to hell if you think that he was referring to, which it doesn't surprise me. You liberals, Trump could literally say the weather's nice outside, and you'll say he tried to kill somebody. Like you're
Holy
referring-
blunder on
you're
your part,
referring-
bud. You
you're
can't. You
referring to
cannot keep
him-
up.
You're referring to him taking out doing a regime change in Iran as taking out non-combatants, doing a mass.
When did I claim that? Holy shit,
Dude, that's
bro!
what you're saying. You're saying he's going to commit a genocide by him saying.
I never
he's
said he was. I said he threatened genocide when he
That
said
means he
a
was
whole
going to commit
civilization
a
will die
genocide.
tonight.
He
Can
was
you
going
give me
to
a
commit a
what's
genocide.
your definition of a civilization? Go ahead.
definition of a civilization in the
Yes.
in the context that we're using here.
No,
Like,
general
for
context.
example-
What is the general context? Under general context, what is the definition of
example-
civilization? Merriam-Webster is fine. Go ahead.
civilization? Like a sovereign state, a culture, a group of individuals that share
Group of individuals. Cool. A group of individuals, a sovereign state, a culture. So when you threaten to kill a whole, you can agree whole means entire, right? Those can be used as those can be used synonymous, right? Wholes and entire is synonymous, right? So when you threaten to kill an entire civilization, that would mean the people within said civilization, right? The culture and the state, right?
No,
You're so close. You almost had your first coherent thought. You were
No.
so close. You were
No.
so close. Your two brain cells, they were racing for first place. You were so
You
close.
would define Libya as a genocide. You would define Iraq as a genocide. You would define Palestine as a genocide. You
I mean,
define
Saddam
Ukraine
Hussein.
as a
Saddam Hussein did commit genocide. Yes, against
you define
against
Ukraine
against
as
the
a-
Kurds. Yes, Saddam
What
Hussein
war?
committed
Under
genocide.
that definition, what war wouldn't be a genocide? Actually,
No, hold on. Are you denying that under my definition,
When it's
Saddam Hussein?
Trump,
Hold
you
on.
can't
Are you
expand your
denying?
definitions to
Are
anyone
you
outside of
denying that
Trump.
under my definition,
Dude,
Saddam
I've been
Hussein
answering your
committed
questions
genocide?
all fucking night. Answer one of mine. What war would you say wasn't a genocide under that definition, where they killed they
Again,
unalived
that's
a
not
group of
relevant
people?
to the actual
You won't
topic
answer
of conversation.
Shit, dude. You're full of shit.
Well,
won't
you
answer
said that
anything.
Iraq wasn't a genocide. You said that Iraq wasn't a genocide, which is you denying that Saddam Hussein did not
I'm
commit.
telling you, under
did
your
not commit
definition
genocide
of
against the
genocide,
Kurds.
what war was not a genocide? A simple question.
What war?
Oh my
I mean,
god.
the 12-day war
Matt,
against
take it
Iran, that
easy.
wasn't genocide, right? Oh, he left. He ran. Quite bigly. Cooked him too hard. Cooked him too hard while not even paying attention. Wow. Moving on to the next guest, I guess. Hold on. Should we do a restart? How many of you are going to come back? What's up, Windows? It's been a while. All right, guys. I'm going to restart. I'll be back in like... First, what's up, Windows? It's been a while. I think that last guy was driving. I don't know. These people are stupid. That's crazy. Saying that Saddam Hussein did not commit genocide against the Kurds is crazy. He literally used chemical weapons to genocide Kurds. Hundreds of thousands of them. That's insane. Crazy take, by the way. Crazy take. Gavin's in here. See if we could push this time. What's YouTube saying? There are quite a bit of people over on YouTube. Majority of people don't support Trump. What Alright, talk to you later. Thank you. Negan's in here. Wow. How's it going?
Yo, imagine being a dumbass. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm like 67, bro. Wait, I got a question. I got a question. Wait, hold on. Before you kick me, right? I'm like 67. I'm gonna be honest. What war though? He was low-key flaming you because like what war was not considered a genocide?
The 12-day war in Iran. I answered that.
No.
The 12-day war in Iran, where we bombed their nuclear facilities and they retaliated. That was not considered genocide.
Yeah, but it wasn't a war
that
either,
we're in
dumbass.
now. The war that we're in now is not considered genocide. The Iran war that we're in now is not considered genocide. Multiple wars that are not considered genocide.
And why is that?
Because they don't meet the set of criteria to be classified as genocide.
All right, and can you give me a good definition on what?
You're a child. Get out of my stream. I'll let you ask questions. Moving on to the next guy. Let's start to Negan. Quite frankly.
By the way, good.
You're a child. Sorry, you're gonna be 18 or older. Please let you up. Please let you up. We'll let you up. Why not? How's it going?
Pretty good. I mean, oh no, who's right next to me? Oh my god.
Hello?
Hello.
You're on stream. How old are you?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I mean, that doesn't really matter.
It does. I think you're a child. I mogged Jeremiah. Yeah. So you want to turn on your camera real quick, bud? I sent you an invite to turn on the camera. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
I don't want to turn on my camera. I want to debate.
No, why
like
not?
mogging
You mog? Yeah, you mog and
mogging
you're a
has
chat.
more than one set substance.
you're a
like
chat.
mogging.
Okay, how do you
I
mog
can
me? Go
debate
ahead.
mog you. I
You
can
debate mod me?
you.
Yeah, go ahead. You support Trump?
I'm America first. I don't support Trump.
Oh,
no.
you're a groiper. You're a groiper.
Yes, I am.
How many people died in the Holocaust?
Not 6 million.
More or less?
Less than 6 million.
And you think you debate mog me? Bro.
Yeah, I debate mog.
You don't mog shit. I mean, literally, someone were to shit in your front yard, you wouldn't even mog that pile of shit. That's how bad of a person you are. You don't mog shit, quite literally. And figuratively, of course. Debate me on it? No, I'm not going to debate you on that. You guys are just such weak men. You guys are a small group of weak men. How's it going?
What's going on?
You support Trump?
I do.
Why is that?
Because I'm American.
Okay, I am too, and I don't support Trump. You should not support Trump because I find a contradiction within your argument.
Not really.
I'm American and I don't support Trump. Just because you're American doesn't mean you support Trump.
Well, a real American is going to support Trump and care about the things that Trump cares about.
Okay, what's your definition of a real American? Go ahead.
Trump supporter.
Bro, are you trolling? Genuinely either trolling or he just likes laughing. What the fuck? That was the most stupid definition of a quote unquote real American I've ever heard. What the fuck? Why doesn't TikTok not hold creators more accountable for what they post and what they say? They do. They're really good at that. Sometimes too much. I'm scared to debate you. Sure, bud. Quit yapping. 17 viewers. LOL. Really making a difference. What a joke. Keep to playing video games? I don't really play video games. Like Fortnite or... COD. GTA. I don't play those games. But I was gonna say something I forgot. Oh yeah, no, I pull in like 250,000 views every month, so I'd say yeah, I am making change, even if it's small, right? I'm not saying that I'm the most famous person on earth, right? But definitely doing more than you, bud. So get a job, get employed. What's up with these gorpers here? How's it going?
Yeah, what about these gropers, nigga? I love you. Jeremiah, I love you. I want to rape you, nigga. I love you so much.
You're just weird. Like, I genuinely just find you like a weird person. I've been on for 3 hours. I think it's time to end. talk to me, I'm not talking to you. Why do people joke about that? They're weird, that's why. Why is he still in here? I thought I banned him. Oopsie, that's my bad. Ban, block, bam. There you go, bud. If Democrats had anything on him, Biden would have released him. That's false. DOJ was independent, or at least assumed independent, according with the Biden administration. Do I wish that they released a birthday letter or a couple of the Epstein files? Absolutely, but also they couldn't until 2024. But I think it's because of the independence of the DOJ, so it's false. Moving on to the next cast. I muted myself. How's it going?
Yo, what's going on?
How old are you?
19.
Why do you support Trump?
I mean, a lot of this stuff is a little crazy now. I don't support Trump, but I voted for him because of the pro-crypto stance. That Kamala did not have any pro-crypto stance. Matter of fact, it was like...
If you could go back in time, would you vote for Harris, Trump, or not vote? Moving on to the next cast. Actually, I'm just gonna end. I think that's it for tonight, y'all. I'm going to... Should we play Contexto? Chat, should we play Contexto? He got debate mogged. Should we play Contexto? Contexto. Let's see. See how easy the word is gonna be. Give me 1 second. Actually, no, my internet's lagging. I don't hear bad orange. W. You know what, guys? I'm gonna end for tonight. I've been on for a couple hours. You're bad or you're good, but I'm gonna end now. So if you want to debate me on crypto, I guess. I don't know. I think that's a very weird reason to be your sole reason to support Trump, but you know, to each his own. I'm getting off for tonight. Yo, I will see you guys tomorrow. 5 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Is saying it isn't 6 million like Nazi stuff? Yes. Yep. It's Grippers say. And Grippers are pro-Nazis.